Back Road Ministry of the World Premiere, Mr. Marketing coming at you live and direct from the Kia Optima Studios. Oh, been a tough couple of weeks. Had a couple of deaths in my family. A lot of back and forth traveling from Chicago to Georgia. So it's been kind of hard, but you know, death is just a part of life, a part that we all have to accept. And it's beautiful sometimes going to celebrate a person's home, celebrating the life they lived and appreciating the life they live and things they've left. So I just want to say thank you to my family members that passed and thank them for the things they left and the continuation of family that they left, the legacy that they left in place. So just want to thank them for that. A lot going on in the world, from church fires to mosque fires. And anytime we see fire stories, I think Zach built on this a lot. It has a lot to do with, you know, upcoming rituals. We had a lot in the Nipsey Hussle ritual, the continuation of the ritual, the shootout at the funeral procession, all just the rigged form of chaos. And basically trying to get African Americans to react a certain way. And now the target is young African Americans to react a certain way. Now, I heard a rumor of someone saying that the gentleman who got caught up with the shooting of Nipsey Hussle claimed that the government made him do it. And that's pretty much the thing they want to use as a catalyst to get the revolt and revolution of young African Americans started. That's what they want to use. They need us to start the chaos so they can bring in the martial law and the military state. So this is all a part of that. So I just say, don't buy into it. Don't buy into the ritual of Nipsey Hussle, and don't allow that to take you into revolutionary mind state. So some things are just designed to make you react a certain way. I don't know Nipsey Hussle. I'm sorry to say. I don't know if he's a good brother, bad brother, but I'm not going to invest my life in decisions based upon Nipsey Hussle. No, I'm not going to do that. But you can take the positive things that that brother did and use those to your advantages. So if he's talking about entrepreneurship, use those things to your advantage. Begin to use those things to your advantage and begin to, kind of follow the footprint that he left behind. But, Nipsey was in the society. Nipsey was in the society, and I keep trying to put this out to young men that join the society that all brothers ain't brothers. Just because a person says he's your brother, he's not your brother. You have to watch everybody in any organization you involve yourself in. There's going to be some good people, there's going to be some bad people. And nowadays in that organization, a lot of bad people running around talking about they're your brothers and doing the opposite and showing the opposite. So be very leery of when you join some of these societies. Going to break down the church burning when I get some time in Notre Dame, the symbolism. I found that the church was finished in 1345. So you can take 1345 and you can add it up in various ways. So, 1 plus 3, you can say is 4. 4 plus 4, that'll give you 44. Remember, we talk about duality. We can get 44 out of that. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 5 is, of course, 13. So we see 13 coded a lot in this story. The church had been standing for 850 years. It's not the first time the church has been destroyed. It was destroyed one time during the French Revolution. So this is not the first time they've done this. So anytime in history, they usually go on cycles. So what I'll do is a cycle breakdown and a history breakdown, because I want to find out what was the symbolism. We know the symbolism of fire itself is purification. Fire is always used as a purifier. So it's a reason for this ritual to take place at the Notre Dame Church. Again, it's not the first time this has happened, like I said. So anytime you see a fire story, the purification, the burning down of something, and then this promising that within 5 years, and they use the number 5 again, we're seeing a lot of 15, a lot of 5, that in 5 years, the church will be built again. So that's the promise of the 5. So renewal. Talk about a lot of renewal, with the number 5 is always around stories of renewal, rebuilding. So 1345, we get 13. 850 years is nothing but 85 or 58. Just reflection numbers. 8 plus 5 is 13 again. So All has to do with change possibly within the Catholic Church. We don't know. Possibly a new pope coming. We don't know. But a lot of symbolism behind the burning of the church, and I'm going to try to break that down a little bit more during this week. So, basketball, rig sports, got a lot of flack, a lot of misunderstanding when I dropped my piece on the rigged college basketball championship game and why it was rigged that way, a lack of understanding of why people do what they do. And it still surprises me that, we've been doing this for a long period of time. I got really hip on this during the Cleveland Golden State comeback. Just let it go and just, remove the blindfold over my eyes and came to terms that sports was rigged. Sports is rigged. And when we began opening the eyes of people now that to see it, either you can still be a part of it, have fun, recreational gambling. A lot of people make a lot of money off this now because they're opening their eyes and they're actually doing the research before they put their bets down, and they're making a lot of money. I haven't even got involved in that. Really don't see myself getting involved in that piece, but it's sad to see that even after all the things that have been said over the past couple of years, the picks that have been made, that people still don't understand. And I made some bad picks because I still want to be not-headed and play Nostradamus at times when I should just listen to, what's being said. So I learned to listen to what's being said and take what they give you. So the Virginia pick for me wasn't that difficult. Why they chose Texas was the issue, and then breaking down the symbolism of that to have a better understanding. Like I say, these folks do everything they do for a reason. We see Russell Wilson with the 107 code for the contract. 17 is the kill number. Somebody's going to die. And I have my fear of, in that family, who's going to be the target. So, everything these folks do is for a reason. There's deeper symbolism behind the numbers. Anytime you see a 1, or anytime you see 17, it's the kill code. Somebody's going to die. So it's no coincidence of why they gave him that $107 million contract. And there's only one target that I see coming out of this. But, that's how deep these rabbit holes go for these people. But they have to do it. If they're going to keep this level of fame, sooner or later, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. Sooner or later, you're going to have to pay the piper. So, no big thing with that. Seattle's a lot of stuff been going on in Seattle. They're going to keep Russell in Seattle, so it's going to be more stuff probably transpiring in Seattle. And with the NBA Finals, haven't been watching the NBA Finals at all. Like I said, I've been watching sports, period. Tiger winning on Sunday was not a surprise to me. I knew Tiger was going to pull it off this Sunday coming up. I told my mom a while ago that they weren't going to let Tiger break Jack Nicklaus's record at the age of 32. So he had to wait around this time. He'll probably tie Jack Nicklaus's record, but I don't see him breaking the record. They're not going to let him do that. So Tiger self-sacrificed himself to get to this point, and now it's time for him to win. So they'll crown Tiger the comeback king, and now they'll let him begin to solidify his legacy and tie with the great Jack Nicklaus, because pretty much he's been destined to tie that record anyway. But no surprises. It wasn't no big surprise that Tiger won the Masters this year, and a lot of people, like I said, got paid off of that. So NBA Finals, haven't really been watching and haven't really been paying attention to much of it. A lot of people talking about the young man on the cell phone during the Philadelphia 76ers loss. They weren't going to win anyway, so why did he give a fuck? Shit, like he doesn't know. And that's what kills me, that people act like these folks don't know. That he just sitting on the bench like he don't know they're going to lose. Come on, man. He knows they're going to lose. What's the benefit in him playing to hurt himself? He know they're going to lose. Why should he take it seriously when it's not being taken seriously anyway, with staged and rigged outcomes? So when you sit there and act like, oh man, it's like we don't want to know this is going on. We don't want to know. We don't want to know, but this is what it is. It's been like this for a long period of time. So can't get mad at him for, why should he care when he already knows the outcome? It's a waste of time. So I'm still going to stick with two picks. I'm going to stick with the Houston Rockets. I start off with LA. Like I say, I'm not Nostradamus. I was feeling the LA Boston vibe. Not the year for LA. Should have went on the thought that, hey, maybe this is not the year for LA. I don't even think that LeBron's gonna be in LA next year. Just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. But I still got the Boston Celtics winning the title this year, and I have them beating the Houston Rockets to win that title, just from some of the stuff that we talked about, some of the pictures I saw, some of the ritualistic sacrifice that took place. So I still have the Boston Celtics winning the title, and I think they'll feed the Houston Rockets to the Boston Celtics this year. But I don't have Golden State doing it and everything. And if you haven't caught on to Golden State not going to the finals or going to the NBA finals, they might make it to the Western Conference Finals, but they're already putting it together for Golden State to lose. We see Boogie Cousins go down. They're already writing a script for Golden State to lose. So, they got their new stadium. They got what they wanted out the deal. They're moving the team from Oakland. They're probably giving one last hoorah, possibly in the NBA Finals, but possibly in the Western Conference Finals, but it's not going past that. Houston Rockets win the Western Conference this year and are fed to the Boston Celtics, who finally, after 17 championships, we get their 18th championship this year. Remember that 18 is the number that Tiger Woods is chasing. He's at 15. He needs 3 more to have 18. Everything they do, 9, another number of completion. So you got to think about it. Everything these folks do is for a reason. There's the method behind the madness, as we say. And they already know the outcome before you go to the game. So don't get your hopes up for something that's not going to happen. Boston Celtics will win the NBA Finals. Mr. Motley, peace and hug.